All right, we are back. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another live Pendergast podcast. It is an absolute honor to sit down with Annie and her dad, John, this time. Finally in the
Oh
hot
yeah.
seat. Let's go, right?
What's up?
Yeah, let's go. Welcome to the podcast, John. Welcome back, Annie.
Thank you for having us
Thanks.
again.
Yeah.
Or having me again and having him for the first time.
Yeah.
Right. So we got a lot to talk about. The first time I had you on solo, Annie, we talked about your whole journey, how you got into racing, and your dad was still faster at that point in time.
Yep.
Fast forward right to the new year. A lot has changed since then, but I want to start off talking to John for a minute and pick his brain on, where did your journey start on two wheels, John?
Oh wow. So I started riding when I was 15. Back in 1985, I got my motorcycle license at that time, which you could do in the state of Maine at 15 years old, and never looked back. Really, had my first race in ’89. Raced the Loudon Road Race Series a couple of years. Had a pretty bad crash. It took me out of that. But kept riding and just riding and racing where I could. And
how did you get into the track? Like,
it was funny because the dealer that I bought my first brand new bike from, I went riding with the owner, and he's like, "Hey, you're pretty good at this. Do you think, would you be interested in maybe racing for us and like trying this out?" I'm like, "Yeah." And that was my first sponsored ride. They gave me a bike and set me up at Loudon, and off I went, man. It was cool.
I love it.
And man, and as you know, Chris, track is crack, right? Once you're there, you're never leaving.
No, never. And it's funny you said the dealership. Now, out here in Roanoke, you go to any dealership out here, and there's nothing about track days, road racing, VIR, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like
this was a pretty, this is something that you don't see anymore either, which is like a small locally owned dealership. They had Kawasaki as their franchise. Now it's these huge showrooms and they're all pretty and everything. This is an old school dealership, right? Sold some bikes out the front, worked on them in the back. It was I think it was an old retail store before it was a dealer. So,
I love it. The old mama pop shops, right?
it was cool. It was super cool. So,
yeah, I feel like in our sport, that's a missing part of it is how the dealerships kind of get away of advertising the upcoming Moto America events at VIR in August or Atlanta, Georgia, or hey, we got precision track days coming, on these dates or into or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody's interested, there's pamphlets by the cash register. Take one and you got all the information, right? You walk in, they're like, hey, can we help you? We want to sell you all these units. They don't give a shit about racing, right?
Yeah, not a bit. And this particular dealer was big in local racing at that time. They already had one other rider who was getting ready to bail for the season, so they got me, and so they decided to give me a shot. So
I love it, man. So where did that take you in racing?
Like I said, I did 2 years in the Loudon series. I had a really bad crash that took me out of racing for a little while. And then I moved, and then I went to college and did all that stuff. I picked up I do a race here and there, whenever I could get scrape enough cash together to go race. And then I moved down here to Atlanta and discovered that I was within, a few hours of like 7 racetracks and CCS, which is now ASRA, who I was racing with in the Northeast, wasn't really down here, but there was WERA. So I jumped into the WERA bucket and, here we are.
I love it. It's in Atlanta, you're in a good spot for a lot of racetracks around you.
100%. Yeah. I mean, and up north I had been, I had raced, raced Loudon, and I had raced what back then was called Pocono, which I think is now New Jersey Motorsports Park. Which back in those days had potholes big enough to swallow a Volkswagen. But, I'd done a little bit of racing. And so I kind of raced all over the Northeast, but maybe 4 tracks, right? Down here, like, a WERA race season at that time was like 7 different racetracks. and I was doing track days at as many different tracks as I could. So, and I'd pick up some non-Wera races once in a while, different sanctioning bodies. So
I love it, man. I love it. Did you ever ride on the street, or do you still ride on the street now? Or
actually, I always rode on the street until actually last year, when this is the first time in 40 years I haven't had a street bike.
His kids started racing, got a little expensive.
Yeah, she started racing, and we ended up needing another bike, and so my street bike got sacrificed to a second race bike, and so yeah, this is the first year in a long time that I've not had a street bike.
Well, you also because you were injured too. Right?
I was also injured,
like,
yeah. So I couldn't ride.
You couldn't ride, so like it was just sitting there, and we needed the money for a new bike anyway. So it's like, well, if it's just gonna sit there,
yeah,
if it's just gonna sit there, somebody should ride it.
Yeah, and I wasn't sticking her on the street on a Ninja 1000.
No.
So
because I was still living in DC at the time too, so that would have not been fun.
Not been good. No.
But yeah, because I was normally putting 5,000 miles a year on a street bike, and after I got injured and then started racing again, I was doing maybe 1,000 miles a year, and I'm like, this is dumb. This bike's just sitting. So it got sacrificed for another racing machine.
Well, and you street rode, like you took some time off of racing too.
Yeah.
Like during my childhood, like he rode with me on the dirt and everything, but like he street rode as like his main, like he didn't do any track.
Yeah, I didn't do track days
for
or anything.
10 years.
For like 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole movie about it called Back to the Track on YouTube.
There is a movie about it. Yes. So
Back to the Track. Yeah. Well, you guys, they can go to your YouTube channel and watch it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's on our YouTube channel.
It's actually on Studio Lens's YouTube channel. They were the filmmaker for that. It's a little less than 40 minutes long, and it's a lot of me riding around in circles and talking. So.
But the circles are funny shapes.
That's true.
I love it. I love it. So, John, let me ask you this. Everybody has that bad crash on track, right?
Yep.
How did you mentally come back from that? Because everybody has their own unique ways to come back on it. And the first time you get back on that bike out there on the track, all that shit comes flooding back, right? And you're like, oh shit,
Yeah, well, I tried to go right back the following year for another race season. I was hooked, and I ran I run 2 or 3 races, and my sponsor was just like, you're not competitive anymore. It's been nice working with you. But it was enough for me to be back on the racetrack, right? And go, okay, I still love this thing, and I continued to ride street as much as I could. I haven't been off a motorcycle for a long, long time, other than injury. But yeah, the comeback was just get back on the horse and try to do the thing again. So
yeah, absolutely.
Might not have been the best way, but I was also, I was 21 years old. So.
Right. And invincible, right? I can do anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not invincible anymore, in case anybody wants to know.
No, I'm not neither. We don't bounce or roll like we used to. As a matter of fact, when we hit, we just and that's it, right? Yeah. And then it's oh my God, I can't move for 4 months. Yeah. But
or a year, like I just did.
Or a year, right? It's yeah. I've been down that road. It's no fun. And the only thing I say is every time, like right when I had a major wrist surgery last year, 2 of them actually.
Yeah.
And the doctor was like, I've never seen somebody with as young as you are have so much arthritis in your wrist. What have you been doing? I'm like, pinning the gas, baby, turning wrenches, let's go, right?
Yeah.
And he says,
I had something similar. I had a hand surgeon. I was having some problems with my thumb after a wreck, and I had a hand surgeon have to look at my x-ray and go, what in the hell have you done to yourself? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you've broken your wrists at least twice and not had them set properly. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? So
yeah, dude, it's yeah, man. So listen, let's fast forward. I know when I had my son, I had these aspirations. Oh, he's going to be a MotoGP champ, World Superbike, at least BSB, right? Let's go.
Yep.
Rossi, he rides every once in a while. He's not into it, nowhere near like his daddy. Maybe one day he'll get into it, right?
Yeah.
He does ride every once in a while, but that was my aspiration. So here you go. You have Annie. I did the adult thing too. Sold my race bike, sold another
Well, see,
street
I
bike,
didn't
bought a
when she was.
house.
Yeah, I didn't when she was born. I was still racing and doing track days and all kinds of stuff when she was little, um, and I really didn't. It's she kind of came by it naturally. I mean, the kid grew up at the racetrack, um, and I was racing and doing track days and dragged her along with me. And when she was 3, she was like, "Hey, can I have a bike?" And I told her she had to wait till she was 6 and pass the MSF dirt school and be able to ride a bicycle. And she nailed 2 out of 3 of those things, and so I bought her a PW50.
Yeah, I didn't pass the MSF, but I managed to turn 6.
You did manage to turn 6, yeah, and ride a bicycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did those 2 things. So I figured 2 out of 3.
I love it. So, tell us your experience of father-daughter racing experience.
Whew.
There's a lot to unpack.
There's so much. Well, we had ridden, so kind of throughout middle and high school and a little bit in college, like we had ridden together on the dirt. She had never really gotten onto the track. I had also taken a bunch of years off of the track. I turned 50 and went back to racing because I was like, I'm missing this thing from my life. And then a year later, I brought her into it on the mini class bike. I bought this mini class bike and I was like, I bet she'd like to do this. And the other thing is I had a secret desire. I was like, I really would love to see her come out and hang out with me and do this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was in college at the time, so like I wasn't spending much or any time at home really.
No.
And so, bribery,
right? Yeah. So I bribed her, and I bought the Benelli, and she raced it once and was immediately hooked.
Yep.
And she spent, so you were mentioning surgery. Last year I had shoulder surgery from a broken clavicle, and that I got at Roebling actually, and so I was out for a year, and she looked at my race bike and said, "Hey, nobody's using that." And that was, so she raced the entire 24 season on my old Ninja 300, and then.
And you were what we lovingly refer to as the pit bitch.
I was the pit bitch for a season, and the financier. Yeah. I was the major sponsor of the pit bitch, and you raced that bike all of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got cleared to race. I got cleared to race at the end of this year, and now we're both racing together, which is friggin' wild, man.
I love it.
So talk a little bit about like what it was like seeing me on the track for the first time in the 300.
Oh God, it was terrifying, absolutely terrifying seeing her on the track well, especially because I mean, there's 2 pieces to this, right? Which is I've been doing this all my life. I love it. I absolutely think it's super cool that she was doing it. And then on the other side of that, I'm also still dad, right? And my darling daughter is out there going 100 miles an hour through turn 1 at Tally in the cold. And I'm also, so on the other side, I'm like totally terrified. But after she crashed it the first time, I got over being terrified.
Yeah, it's true.
So, and she did that the first day. So
yeah. Right in front of you.
Right in front of me. Yeah. On the she crashed at turn 1, and I was standing on the inside of turn 1 watching the whole thing. It was really not great.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a question I was actually going to ask you is the emotions and feelings of a dad watching your son or daughter out there on the track for the very first time, because this brings on a set of emotions that you probably haven't experienced yet.
Oh, 100%. Because like I said, I was so excited for her and so proud of her. And, she had just finished race school, and we were at Talladega again. It was absolutely frigid. It was 28, 29 degrees out. And so I knew she was going to end up, Stick Boy had told us that the tire was going to go off after about 3 laps. And sure enough, as she started the first lap, went into turn 1 hot, lost the front, bike yard sales itself, and I am just sitting there dumbstruck because I'm like, oh God, I've killed the child. You know, and then she got up and took a bow.
Yeah,
So
I did. I stood up and I stood in the corner and I gave the thumbs up to everybody because it's turn 1 at Tally, which is the best place to stand.
yeah,
And so I stand up, I wave to the crowd, I give the thumbs up, and then I'm like, well, God, I have an audience, and I take a bow.
yeah.
So.
And at that point, I was like, she's fine.
And did it get a little easier to see me on track after that?
Yeah, a lot easier. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I've also seen you crash more times too. So
just a couple.
I'm kind of getting used to it. So,
but there's always that little element to the thought process is I just want to keep my child safe, wrap her in a little bubble
100%, dude.
And when she bounces, she just like the girl or the boy in the bubble, right? Yeah.
Right.
110%.
And the thing is like parents who don't do this, right? Like they don't have kids in motorsports. Like they're always like, oh my God, how can you let her do that? And I'm just like, I'm not exactly credible in saying that she can't.
I think the better answer is, how would you stop me?
Well, that's also the point. I mean, you are an adult.
Yeah. You got me into this, but now you're screwed.
Yeah, now I got her in.
Now,
yeah,
it's too late.
Yeah, I got sucked in. I got her sucked in, and now it's a done deal, man.
Yeah. I love it.
But yeah, parents who don't have kids in motorsports are like, oh my God, how can you let her do that? I'm like, you must not care. And I'm like, no, I'm absolutely terrified, just the way you guys are. I just know that this is something we both love to do, and that I'm not going to be able to keep her from doing it. So
yeah. No, it's part of the journey, right? And the journey you two are on is such a beautiful thing and so unique in its own way because not a lot of people get to experience what you two are doing together.
No, not at all.
And I love it.
I like bragging to people about how I got to beat my dad on the racetrack.
Listen, John, she had texted me too. She's like, "Hey, we got to sit down. I finally beat my dad." Ha, 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 ha. I was like, "Let's go!" And he strikes back.
And it was, and it was at Tally too, of all places, where I've run more laps at Tally than any about 4 people. I've rented that racetrack.
We're looking at what, 10,000 laps?
We're probably looking at 10,000 laps at that track. And I'm like, she's never going to get me here.
I didn't think I was gonna. I honestly didn't. Like, I went into it and I was like, okay, I'm going to run my own weekend. Like maybe we'll see each other in practice. But I did not think that I was going to get near him in the race. And then there he was.
And the next thing I know, she's going by me on the exit of the carousel. I'm like, where the hell did you come from?
That motorcycle looks weirdly like mine.
I was like, I know that bike.
That's awesome. So listen.
Well, I was going to say, I was actually saying to somebody else the other day that I've had the same reaction every time you've gone by me, which is, God damn it. So, yeah. Yeah.
What was that feeling like for you, John, when she finally went by you for the first time and won?
Well, I mean, initially after, God damn it, I was super proud of her. But the other one was, I'm not going to make this easy. Like, she came by me. I passed you back. Yeah. Like we exchanged leads. We battled it out for that first victory. And she got me last corner, fair and square in Farmhouse coming down the.
Well, no, so what happened?
Well, you got me on the back straight.
I got him in 3.
On the exit, yeah.
Yeah, I got him in 3, which the right-hander at Tally. Because I was running that better. Because like one thing that I've noticed about our riding styles that's different is because I only come from the small bikes. I typically run a better line for the small bikes than he does a lot.
Because I spent 30 years on 600s and 1000s.
So like I'm not running that, super late apex. Like I'm entering corners early, which is like how you run the smaller bikes. And so I was getting him in places that like I don't think either of us really expected to.
Right.
And so I come around it. We're in the last lap. I come around him on like coming out of turn 3. I'm like, okay, I know that he can outbrake me in Farmhouse if I don't get my shit together.
And I was thinking the same thing. It's like, oh, I'm gonna draft her down the back straight. I'm just gonna pick. She's gonna break for Farmhouse early. I'm gonna pick her up there, and we'll just drag race to the line.
No, I was not giving it to him. I was like,
no.
You were behind me and you're staying there.
That was the latest you have ever braked for Farmhouse.
That is 100% correct.
It was wild, y'all.
I braked. I saw Jesus and then braked about 20 feet later. I was. Woo,
oh yeah.
I was not letting him by me. I was like, I was going in the corner. I was like, I might not make this. But if I don't,
But I'm okay with that.
yeah. But if I don't, at least I went out trying my darndest.
I'll tell
know?
you, and she, and I thought I could still get her, but stuffing your 20-year-old daughter in the corner, after she's just passed you and on one hell of a break, I was just like, you know what, I'm going to see if I can get her on the way to the line, but no, she had me cold, man.
I love it. I love it. And Annie, what was your initial feelings when you finally crossed that line and beat your dad for the first time?
Oh, I was so excited. Let me tell you. Well, because it was like, it wasn't just like, it was our first race back on the track together.
Right.
Like, this was the start of the season. This was the first time that we had been racing together. I mean, because we did the Separano.
That was practice.
But like we did it together, so it didn't feel like it, right?
Yeah.
So like this was the first. So like I was like, honestly, I was just like, haha.
Yeah, she pretty much did that in the paddock too. Yeah.
Well, and like
which was funny.
It was a big moment for me because like with how much experience my dad has racing and like how I grew up watching him and how like when he went back into racing before I got into it, like I watched him on the 250, like he'll try, do the best that he could and blow up engines. And like he in part, like, he's my dad. So like I idolize him a little bit, like that's like, and so like that was a big moment for me because I was like, wow, like maybe I am kind of good at this, I guess. And
I was sitting there going, damn, she is kind of good at this.
And so like, I got to come up with some more money.
Also true, yeah.
So yeah, it was just kind of like, it was a very proud moment for me, like my racing career wise, just because I was like, okay, like, you know what you're doing, like you're not getting outclassed by the old fart. And like that really felt, and like it was really fun too because like everybody in the paddock knew that we were on track together.
Yes.
And so everybody watched me beat him. Everybody.
And there were 9 photographers at the track that weekend. Yeah. So everybody has pictures of her coming across the line in front of me and a video. Yeah. There's also a video too. Oh yeah. Pictures. Oh yeah.
Nicole Pollock printed out a Polaroid of us.
It's sitting over my desk.
Like of me in front.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, she came over to me and she's like, that was my favorite battle. Like I was so I've been waiting a year for this. Like that was so exciting. And like no matter what the ending was going to be, obviously it's fun to win, right? But like no matter what the ending was going to be, I was just so excited that like we battled.
Yeah, it was a blast. It was just so much fun and because
it's a different experience because like when you know somebody on the racetrack and you know their riding style, like you get to you have it's you going in with knowledge helps you battle it out, right?
Oh, sure.
And so like I know a lot about you.
Yeah, well, no kidding, right?
And you know a lot about me.
Uh-huh.
And so like it was kind of like it's fun to battle somebody that you know so well,
Oh yeah, especially since we're on literally identical motorcycles too. So we're they're both Ninja 300s. They're the same year. They have the same suspension. It's the same damn bike.
Yeah.
So I got my ass handed to me on the same motorcycle.
Yeah.
So I can't even blame the bike.
Yeah.
So
how much trash did Andy talk to you after that day?
Not a ton. I mean, some.
A fair amount.
I
think a respectful amount.
Yeah.
I was a little worried because we still had to race the next day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I was like, he's gonna take me out if I talk too much.
Well, I didn't take her out. I just beat her.
Yeah, he did beat me the next day.
So this is going to be I don't know if you've guessed, Chris. This is a theme for the season.
Yeah.
Which is like we're going to go, because we just got back from Roebling this past weekend and did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
She got me on Saturday and then crashed out of the Sunday National and I won.
Yeah.
So
I was coming for him too.
Yeah.
I was coming for him. I had my eyes on the prize. I could see his butt, and I was like, that one.
Yeah, but I ran a record. I ran a personal record lap at that one. I ran a 26, which is 4 seconds faster than I had ever gone there before.
Okay. And dare I take credit for that?
Oh no, you should. 100%.
So every once in a while, I forget that he's my competitor. And so
We are teammates.
I know, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You know, I should stop giving you advice. Because you keep getting faster. It's annoying. But so I had run a 27 the day before.
Beating the 28 that I had run that day.
Yeah.
So I was already getting faster.
Right.
But she decided to beat me already.
And like I had stayed up pretty late, and I had a friend at the track. I had got a new mini racer to come race for the first time, which was super exciting. And like, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was really, really awesome. Shout out Aiden. He had asked me like pretty late that night, like what I could do, like where I could gain speed. And so I sat there and spent probably 30 minutes just talking out every single place that I thought that I could get speed. And so that I went to him the next morning and I was like, hey, I've got some ideas. And I want you to hear them. I want like places where I think I can get faster, and therefore you, because we're riding the same motorcycle. And then I'm like, okay. And we didn't get to practice because it was raining. And so we go out in the race, and I'm like, okay, time to test all of my ideas and, you know, also beat my dad. Because I was pretty sure I could. And then I was coming around the outside of, you know, we're on 300s, and I was coming around the outside of a 390 in turn 8. And I was like, I need to get around this guy. And so I gave it just a little too much throttle and lost the rear.
That was in what, the second lap?
Yeah, it was the second lap. I was excited. I was like, I need to get around this guy. Well, because I'd lost to him. He runs F novice. And so I'd lost to him the day before. So I was like, haha, I want to get by this guy. He was faster than me yesterday, but not today. And then I fell off, and I was like, oops.
Meanwhile, I'm trying all the things that she said to me that morning.
Yes. And so he used my advice. I figured out how to get him faster, and he ran and he beat my laps.
And the next thing I know, I'm another 2 seconds faster. I'm like, hey, this isn't so bad.
Yeah. So really, you know, the student has become the teacher here.
Hey, I'm not mad at it. But we're pushing each other hardcore. Like, you know, like she's running personal best lap times every single time we go out. I'm starting to run them, keep trying to keep her behind me. You know, we're giving each other advice. We're, you know, because while we're battling it out, we're also teammates, and this is my daughter.
Yeah, we do kind of like each other sometimes.
Yeah, we do kind of like each other sometimes. You know, so we're really pushing each other, and man, it is sick fun. I was saying to her when we were roebling, I was like, we were done with the Saturday race, and we're just kind of sitting there against the trailer, catching our breath. And I was like, this is the most fun I've had racing in like 35 years, man. This is awesome. It's so cool. So,
I love it.
Even when I get my ass kicked, it's cool. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, again, what you guys are doing, not a lot of people get to experience. Such a beautiful thing to see, and just to hear you guys talk like that to each other. Yeah, man. I wish I had that when I was young, right? So,
I mean, I sure didn't. So, you know, this is a great thing.
It's absolutely amazing. I want to get to a couple of these comments real quick. We got my good mate Craig O'Harris all the way from the UK says, that was my aspirations for my kids. Now, a kid on a 50. Hopefully this one will want to ride. My kid is now 5. My eldest was riding a motorbike before he could ride a bicycle without training wheels.
Yeah, that was a requirement for her. Like, I ain't putting you on a motorcycle till you can ride a bicycle without training wheels.
Yeah, I know.
I might have beat you earlier if you'd let me. If you put me on a motorcycle first.
Well, it's true.
Love it. I got Rossi a Strider bike. He was born in November, so that Christmas he was a month old. He had an ATM Strider bike underneath the tree.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So that's how
I don't think they made those when you were
No, they probably didn't. Yeah.
So, yeah.
She says I'm old. No, you're not. We are not old.
No.
Me and John are not old, right?
No.
Look, Andy's
I
laughing
refuse
like,
to be old.
okay. Me too, dude. I call it we're getting younger in age, right?
Absolutely.
We're not getting any older. We're getting younger. It's the reverse aging thing.
That's right. That's right. So,
You'll
Is that what
experience
they
that
call
one
it
day.
now?
yeah, getting younger. Yeah.
Yes, getting
Okay.
younger.
Yeah.
Yep.
After 35, I just started getting younger. So,
110%. She says,
yeah.
Jason Bartlett, what is up, my man? He says, I'm telling you, Racer Dad support group. Yes.
Hell yeah.
I've been slacking on
Jason!
that. Yes, that's something me and Jason's been talking about. I haven't done my part on it yet. I will create this group. I think it's a great idea. Racer Dad
What
support.
we need is the Racer Dad podcast so they can talk about all the little shits.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, what we need is the Racer Dad LLC and see if somebody will fund us.
that's a great one. Racer Dad podcast is actually a good idea. I can get a bunch of the dads on and we can sit down and chop
God.
it up for sure.
That'd be fun.
That would
That'd
be
Yeah,
be
we'll
fun.
do it.
Yeah.
I'll set it up.
Jason and I talk about this all the time, so it's a blast.
Yeah, well, obviously you and Jason will be on for sure. And then we got Matt Hall. What's going on? He says,
Matt!
John. And then he says, Annie.
Annie. Okay, I'm glad.
You feel vindicated
I
now?
do.
I love it. And then we got Owen Bartlett. What is up, my man? He says, happy I was there for the celebration. Shit talking that night. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Without question.
Are you kidding me? He was one of the first people I went over because he's with his dad, so I had to go
Rub it
Yeah.
I had to
in.
go brag.
Yeah.
Love it.
Jason's probably lucky he doesn't race anymore.
Yeah, Owen would be the same
Owen
way
would
Andy
tear
was
his
talking.
ass.
Yeah, I love it. Matt Hall says, young and beating on the old man. Yeah, it
Absolutely.
happens, right?
Absolutely.
Yep. Hey,
Never-
right now it's dead even for the season. I've won 2, she's won 2.
Uh-oh.
So-
I love it, dude. I can't wait to sit back down at the end of the season to hear all the shit talking and battles that happen.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
it's Paul McKee too.
yes,
So
Paul McKee. He says, my people
Paul,
always
we're
good
looking
see
forward to
these two."
seeing you at practice at Tally.
Yeah, Paul's a good buddy of mine. He's absolutely amazing human being. Always love. I ran into him at Daytona
Yeah.
just
Yep.
for a brief second. So,
Yep.
and then Owen says, "I'm coming after those Blackhawk times."
Nice.
Competition. I love it. I love
Oh,
it.
Love
yeah.
it.
It's okay, Owen. I'm gonna get out on a ZX4RR and I'm gonna chase his ass down. He's the next competition.
There you go. Owen, she's coming for you, right?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I mean, Owen, I've been chasing Owen down since minis, so
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, because you guys chopped it up on the minis.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, if I chopped it up, he passed me
Yes.
every single time.
Yeah, we have you
Oh, that's true.
succeeding against him on video. We have
Oh.
video evidence that she passed him at least once.
Well, we were in farmhouse at Tally, and he was trying to come around me, and he just took the wrong line, and all of a sudden, the video is of the person. It was a 3-person battle.
Yeah.
And
It's
so
Doug
the video,
Parker.
yeah, the video is from the third person behind both of us, and all of a sudden you see me going off and going on the racetrack, and then you see Owen off in the distance in the dirt.
Well, cutting the grass outside of turn 1. So
Hey, he just want to do a little flat tracking. That's all, right?
Absolutely.
We all
I
do
mean,
it.
What's a Grom 4 except going off the
Right.
going to play in the dirt?
let's do stupid shit on inappropriate equipment. right?
Exactly.
So
That's what we do. This is
yeah,
what we
we
do.
do.
that's
right?
what we do.
Love it. I love it. Owen says, I'm ready for it.
Oh
Challenge
baby,
accepted,
go.
right? He says, through the grass is a great line. It is sometimes. Absolutely.
Well, I
it is.
remember telling her on the 300 that the dirt right out on that outside edge of farmhouse is pretty well packed and has good traction.
Yeah.
So
There it is.
Yeah.
I've made that pass before once or twice.
I
So,
haven't gone out off-roading at Tally yet, but minus
minus the crash in
minus
turn
the
1.
various and sundry crashes. But I have done it at Roebling. So
Yeah.
and the Roebling sand is quite nice. Minus the crash. I'm talking I actually stayed on the motorcycle that time.
Oh, you didn't mention that to me.
Yeah, I did.
When?
The first time we went to Roebling.
Oh, the first time. That was last year.
Yeah.
Last year didn't count. So
Counts to me.
Oh, yeah.
I was on the motorcycle.
you were,
it
yeah,
counts.
and the bike stayed up.
Just
So,
because I cut 10 seconds off of my lap times in between in and out does not mean it doesn't count.
well, that's
Right?
fair. That's fair.
Fair point, right? Yeah, let's go. Paul says they keep scheduling practice before noon. It's not my fault.
I don't know if you know, Chris, but Paul McKee never makes it to practice ever. He
Paul.
I have never seen Paul practice. I've been now racing against Paul for like 5 years. And I have never seen Paul practice.
He's that good.
He
don't need to practice. Yeah, he don't need it. He just shows up and races, right?
He just shows up and kicks it, So
yeah, I love it.
I mean, you started not practicing as much either. I don't think you practiced once at Tally.
It was just cold.
Yes, I know.
I didn't want to go out and race in the cold at a track that I knew like the back of my hand.
And that's why you got beat.
That's probably why I got beat. Yep, 100%.
I love it.
That won't happen again. That won't happen next time.
No.
In April. I'll be practicing in April. So.
She's like, so will I.
Yeah.
I love
all the practices. Plus, it's my birthday.
Oh, that's true. It's your birthday weekend. Yeah, we'll have cake.
Oh, and what better way to celebrate my birthday than beating my father?
110%, right? He's eating humble pie and you're eating.
You come across the line behind me.
Right. Where dad gets to eat the humble pie, but you get to eat the birthday cake.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, I'll actually bring him a special little pie.
Oh, you're sweet.
Yeah.
And write humble in it. Humble. Like Here you go, Dad. Right? It's a good thing I like you. Oh man,
you raised me, so if you don't like me, it's your fault.
Yeah, it's just my fault.
Yeah. It happens that way sometimes, right? From time to time.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah, I know. Me and my boy did it too. Well, we do it. You know what's funny is I had this conversation with Rossi. I said, look, we're not always going to get along. Okay, we're human. But anything you buy in life, it comes with an instruction manual. I've never been a dad, and you've never been a son. So, and you didn't come out with this instruction book, right?
Nope.
Like, turn to page 3, chapter 2, and it tells you exactly what to do.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't happen. I'll tell you because due to some complications, her mom had to stay in the hospital, and they sent me home alone with her the first night. I was absolutely freaking terrified. I was just like, you think I can keep this thing alive? Yeah. I mean, I managed.
Yeah.
22 years later, she's still here.
Listen, it's funny because I did the same thing. Well, my wife got released, obviously, but that drive home with him and I was driving like a grandma. It was 5 miles an hour, right? I wanted everybody to stay away from me, and I'm sitting there just staring at him like, what do I do with this?
What do I do?
Right? Like, what do I do with this thing right here?
Right? I'm like, I know I'm supposed to feed it and change a diaper, but other than that, I got nothing. So.
Right? I got the cartoons. Let's try that out, right? Yeah.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, you just wait. It's
No, I stuck around a motorcycle and it was all over after that.
Yeah, it's being a dad is the most beautiful thing in the world. It really is. It's really what life's about. And then be able to share that same passion with your son or daughter is just icing on the cake to me.
100%.
So let me ask you this. We're in 2026. Obviously, it's 2 wins apiece. What was your goals coming into this season?
Oh, come on.
Well, my goals have changed. I will say, because I genuinely coming into this season did not think I was going to catch you.
No,
especially based on how I was running last season. I knew I wanted to improve on myself. A lot of my goals were very me focused. Because I had no expectations of what you and I were going to look like.
Right.
And so it's I want to win a championship this year. I want to improve. I want to every time I get on the track, I want to improve a lap. I want to improve a lap time, or I want to improve something, and I want to get a little more focused. I moved home, I was living in DC for a while. I moved home in December, to do this. And so I was like, okay, put your effort into it. I'm running endurance. I want to run endurance this year. And one of my goals is to be able to run in 2 hours, the ultra lightweight by myself. So I'm training for that, and I'm doing a lot off the motorcycle to get my physicality better and work on myself. So I came into it focused on me, and what I could improve, and being better on the motorcycle, and getting more training and everything like that. Run more track days, stuff like that, get more practice, get more seat time. Now I have one goal, and it's beat him.
So I want, because mine, of course, I was off the bike for a year, and mine was just to get back to the lap times I'd been running before, right? And maybe win a championship. Cloonan sweep.
Yeah. because we're running F Superstock Novice and Expert. So the joke is that we can each win the same championship, and
in the class
and do a Cloonan sweep.
Right, and if we could do all three that we run in, that would be a total Cloonan sweep. So, but it's competitive out there. So, but we're both
because you keep battling your kid, and that's
I know. Well,
yeah.
but we're both running third in F Superstock in Southeast right now. So we're it's out there. We're aiming for it.
Yep.
So,
It might just be total Cloonan third, and that's okay.
it might be total Cloonan third, but hey, we're on the box. What do you want?
Yeah, I mean, hey, it'll be an accomplishment, 110%. Probably the first father and daughter in history to ever do something like that.
Yeah, that'd be if we can pull that off, I'm there, man.
Pull that off. I'm making a Wikipedia page. It's happening.
Love it. Wikipedia page. Man, listen, whatever visions and goals you two have for this season and in life in general, I hope you two are successful at all of it. 110%.
I'm still hoping to get into BTR. I applied last year. I'll apply this year. It'll be great.
Keep doing it. Annie, that's all. Listen, I've interviewed a lot of the girls from BTR. You got to apply several times. You just keep doing it. Just keep. You'll eventually get in. It's an absolutely amazing program. And yes, you need to be there. You belong there. So just keep.
Well, we keep mentioning, and she mentions it on every podcast that we go to. So we keep hoping that
Yeah.
We're manifesting.
Although Chris, you were I used a clip from our first podcast in my application video, so you were actually in the application video.
That's why they didn't take you. Like, oh hell no, Clint.
Oh man, that's Simcoe. Forget about it.
No, absolutely not. I love it. Oh my god. No, I mean I'm good friends with Scott and all them. Mitch and everybody there. Butch. It's they're an amazing group. Their program's absolutely amazing what they do, and I fully support. Love it 110%. So listen, you do belong there, Annie. Again, you just keep racing, keep applying. This year it's October, I think, is when
it's every October.
Yep. There you go. So
I have all the time in the world to get more race footage.
Right.
And now it's pretty cool because we got our hands on a one of the helmet cams, and so now I have first person footage of me beating my father.
I love it. Now
and what we're hoping to do for the next round is front and rear cams on both bikes, so we can see
everything.
We can see everything, all the passing, all the battling. Should make for some good content.
I love it. I can't wait to see the footage. When is y'all's two's next race? April,
yeah. We'll be at Tally in April. So like 3 weeks?
Yep.
Yeah, nice. I love it. I can't wait to hear all about it. One thing I do want to talk to you two about is your guys' podcast. How did this idea come about with the Itty Bitty Racing Committee podcast?
So we spend a lot of time in the car driving to racetracks, and I made a joke about starting a podcast once.
Yeah.
And then we both kind of looked at each other and like, we spend a lot of time talking. Why not just film it and see what the hell happens?
Right.
And so we started it as like an in the car thing where we just like record on the way to the track, like our conversation, like our mental preparation, like pre and post.
Mm-hmm. Which made for some funny moments in traffic, like when like Jimmy Carter's motorcade and when he passed and all kinds of, and the giant Bigfoot statue on the trailer and which of course we're reacting to in the podcast.
Yeah.
So
so like it kind of started that way, just kind of like just a way to put out like our thoughts and feelings. It was a nicer deep dive into like how, especially like for me, because like it was, we started it when it was just me riding, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like for me, it was a way to talk through how I was feeling going into the track and then how I was feeling coming out of it, right? Because like I personally like do a lot better when I talk through a lot of stuff, and so like it was really good to like have that on camera and like have that kind of designated time to talk about like what the hell just happened, or what the hell am I getting ready to do, and like his thoughts on it. And I think like honestly, I think like we got a lot out of it. Just
Oh,
because,
yeah.
like, I don't think we would have gone in depth to that extent, but like not always. And I think it kind of pushed us to like have those conversations, which I think was really, really good.
Yeah, because we knew like because like you're coming home from a race and you're tired and you're just like, you might bench race a little bit on the way home, but then kind of after a while, this one's going to go to sleep and I'm going to keep driving.
Yeah.
And then but it kind of forced us into really, and it was very in the moment, right? It was like we are driving home, doing like having just done this, and it's just an immediate like raw download of what was in our heads.
Yeah.
So
it's changed a little bit since then.
Yeah, true.
Because we got tired of doing it in the car, mostly because I like to sleep in the car. And I was like, you're keeping me awake, man. But we still do like the pre and post format.
Yep.
Which I think has been really fun. Like, as we've gotten more into it, I think we both have started asking a lot of really good questions about how we're feeling and going, and like, it's nice to get insight on your main competition before you go into racing them.
Well, there's also that.
And like how they're feeling, so where to get them.
But the other side of that too is something the word you keep using, which is like how you're feeling, right? Which is like we really dig into like how the dynamic works with us, and like, and just what's it like racing with your child, with your dad, like, how we interact, and that kind of stuff too.
We are, we're very different racers, but we're also different people in the pits. We're different, like we clash a little bit every once in a while, and like we have our moments, like you go out for second call.
Yes.
I don't. I like waiting for third. Something about my first crash being a cold tire crash makes me want to have those warmers on until the very last second.
Yeah, she'd ride with the warmers on onto the grid if she could. So.
I might. So like, there's been some stuff that like both of us have preferences towards, and like, you've mentioned the fact that like it's been a struggle for you, kind of. Because I came into racing and you had a system,
right?
Like you had a set way. You had your ways to make it comfortable. You had your ways the way you liked it. And I came in and said, well, I don't like all of that. Right. And I had, and so like there's been some definite adaptation for. Yeah,
we've definitely had to, like I've, because again, I've been racing since the dawn of time, it seems. And I got used to doing certain things a certain way. And then, some of those things didn't make sense to her, or just didn't work with the way like her mind works. Right. And so it just kind of, so we've been forced to adapt in some ways. And then also like, just kind of decide that like, yeah, I'm going to go out on second and you're going to go out on third, and we're good.
Yeah.
Right. Like, we're not going to go to the track. We're not going to go to pit out together.
No, you're always going to go first.
I'm always going to be there first.
Yeah.
So. No.
Yeah, I might come back first, but at least you'll start there.
I love it.
I am never going to live this down. We need to finish when we finish the season. I need to be at least one race ahead.
I love it. But
you think that's going to happen?
You'll be okay.
I'm going to be working to make it happen.
Yes, you are. It's like what I said earlier. Part of that is growing together and learning together too. Right. Each other's likes and dislikes, the way you do things, the way versus what she does things, and all that. And Paul says, I go out on a fourth call.
Yeah. 3-minute board. You watch Paul going back, counter race to get in his grid spot.
Yeah, no doubt, right? Crago says, I'm my final call guy. Also keep that heat as long as possible. If I spent money to run the generator to get that heat in my tires, I'm not wasting it waiting.
I like him.
Yeah. So,
I agree.
But that's another one. Like, and it all comes down to like you and I have very different relationships with time. I'm a get there early, right? Like everything ahead, like as far ahead of schedule as I feel like it's feasible. Like I'm up at 5:30 in the morning, making my breakfast, getting my coffee, hanging out like before we go hit tech. She's up at 7. So, you know, and
6:30. I'm
6:30 most of the time.
6:30.
Yeah,
Come
you
on,
know,
give me
out of
some credit.
the tent by 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, and tech is 7:30. Tech and registration are like 7:30. You know, I've been up for 2 hours by then. So,
Well, you know, you are a bit of an enabler on that one.
oh yeah, because I let you do it.
Well, no, it's not that you let me do it. It's the fact that like you also take care of stuff that I don't need to worry about.
That's true.
You know, like you get up 2 hours early. I wake up. You know, the chains, lube, tires. You know, like everything that needs to, like the menial stuff that needs to get done in the mornings is already.
Yeah, I've already done it. Yeah.
So there's kind of no point in me getting up early.
Yeah.
And I like to not be awake.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, it's as long as you have your breakfast ready when you get up, that's all that matters.
I make my own breakfast.
She does make her own
my
breakfast. Yeah. I was making it before, and I've decided that I'm not cooking breakfast for anybody but me.
To be fair, I started taking over that because I like the way I cook my eggs better.
Well, that's true. Yeah. So, but I was cooking for her and for our transportation sponsor, for Dennis. So I was just, and then I just decided, I'm like, no, I'm making my own damn breakfast. Y'all can do your own thing.
I love it. Oh man, so what's the visions and goals for your guys' podcast?
Wow. As much as anything, I think it's just more continuing to do it and learning from it and that kind of thing. I mean, we certainly wouldn't mind having some ad spots sold in there to,
Oh my God, you are the most marketing man to ever exist.
I have spent 30 years in marketing. You can't stop me. Anyway, I wouldn't mind selling a few ad spots in the podcast to help fund the race team.
It would also be nice to get some growth, maybe some traction,
Yeah,
you know,
like
because that's
follower growth, 100%.
yeah, like you know, obviously, but like at the end of the day, like if nobody watches, we're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
You know,
We
like
kind of like it too much, I think.
we both really like it, and I think it like, you know, the goals for the podcast are getting to talk to, like, forcing us to sit down and talk to each other about like what we're thinking and how we're feeling about the races.
Mhm.
You know, and it's a deep dive into that,
Right.
and like a recap of that, and like, you know, way like, and it also, like, I know for me, like it helps me like close the race weekend, set a goal for next time, right?
Mm.
It's kind of the like, okay, this is how it happened, this is what happened, this is what went right, this is what went wrong. I can now talk through my solid goals and can go into the next race weekend with a fresh mind and not thinking that much about like what happened, like not being weighed down necessarily by what happened the weekend before. I do
have one other goal for the podcast, and that's that we actually remember to do our song of the weekends, segment, which we planned earlier this year, and I think we've done twice.
What's the song of the weekend?
It's so every week we pick a song for the, like, a song of the week, getting ready to go in. And we just keep forgetting to do it.
And we just keep forgetting to actually do it.
It's just a segment that we run.
It's a fun, just a segment we were like, hey, that might be fun to do. And yeah.
Well, because like, we did one thing that, like, especially because, we spent a lot of time is like when I was younger going to dirt bike parks, we spent a lot of time in the car together.
Listening to music.
And so we ended up with like similar tastes in music. So like, we talk about music a lot, and we've been to a lot of concerts together and stuff like that. And so like, I thought that, like, as the podcast producer, I thought that adding a segment would be fun. Make ourselves a little more personable.
Right.
And so I added the song of the week, and we just keep forgetting.
We just keep forgetting to do it. So we've done. I mean, it's been fun when we've done it.
Yeah.
Because by the way, it's not the song of the week jointly. It's we each pick one.
Yeah.
And contrast.
Yeah.
So because like the last one I remember doing was I had The Hunter by Soft Play.
Yeah.
Because I was going to be hunting you down.
Yeah.
So, and what was yours? I forget. Yeah. So.
I love it. The Jaws theme done. I'm
Yeah.
coming to get you, girl. I'm coming to get you, right? Yeah. I think.
Since you start in front of me, I'm really hunting you down.
You are really hunting me down,
That's awesome.
Because I'm expert and she's novice, so she's always at least 2-3 rows behind me.
I know, I was annoying because I beat you and you still podiumed and I didn't.
That's not going to be the case too much longer, there, John.
No, 100%.
No, I'm taking the expert bum next year. You're screwed.
Yeah, I know. I've already told somebody asked me if you were going to do it, like when you were going to take the expert bump. I'm like, oh, she'll do it next year.
Oh, 100%.
I love it.
So,
well, especially if I'm beating experts.
Right. True.
You already are your dad.
Well, I was going to say I came in third at Roebling, which means she beat she would have come in third in the expert class. And there was 10 of us, I think.
It's funny because I didn't come in third in the novice class.
No,
I didn't
you came in fourth novice.
Yeah, but I came in third expert and fourth novice, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that was a little weird, but
I love it. Paul says, "Adopt me, John. I want to be set up before I wake."
Yeah, so I can Paul. I can set up before noon. Not a problem. Not a problem at all, brother.
And I make practice.
Sorry, Paul, I'm not sharing. Thank you so much.
I love it.
I was raised as an only child. I'll stay that way.
Right. Jason Bartlett says, I like it and I listen. I listen to it too. I listen to you guys' podcast.
Thanks. I mean, there's at least 6 people who do. So,
I know.
Now we got a third of the audience on this podcast.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Throw a party when we celebrate double digits.
I know.
Right?
When we get to 10 subscribers, man, it's all over.
Oh.
So we're taking over the world.
We are.
Podcast is different. It's a by the way, I hear you two talking about y'all's particular podcast. It's something you love to do too, but it's also an outlet to tell your feelings to the camera and get your guys's thoughts and moments together. And this is what made me realize that the main reason why I do this podcast is for my son, Rossi. If I was to drop dead right now, he's always got Spotify, iHeart, YouTube, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
He can go back and listen to me, everything in between, right?
Sure.
So it's my outlet too as well. I didn't realize it at the time, and by what you two are talking, it's the same with you two. You love doing it. Right. It's absolutely. And if you didn't do it, like I know there's weeks where I didn't do one and I'm like, I feel like I got to sit in front of the camera and the microphone and just talk. For real. It's like I just got to get a mic and just talk into it. Right. So it's.
I mean, we were trying to do them. We were trying to do them weekly too for a while, and that just isn't the thing for us. It's a race weekend podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get there.
It's a lot. People don't understand. It takes a lot to set it up and do this.
Oh God, yeah.
It's a full-time job in itself. Well, for me, it is.
Yeah. We're not quite that. We're not quite that far along, but it still takes some time and effort, and get all the editing production afterwards. So.
Yeah, I have to listen to myself talk for.
Sometimes. What was the last one we ran? Almost like 2 hours. Yeah. It was nuts.
Well, because we had
a lot to talk about.
The way it the first half of the episode is the pre, and then the second half is the post, and then we combine them, right? Yeah. So it's one big long episode. And typically we run about 30 minutes in the beginning and 30 minutes in the after. But because it was the first time that he and I had battled it out, we sat there and talked for an hour and a half and talked and just bench race.
Yeah. It was good stuff.
It was content's fantastic, but the episode's a little.
The
long.
episode's a little long. Yeah, we might have broken that one up, maybe. Yeah, whatever.
I find sometimes, like I usually try to plan on like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. The longest one I did was with my boy Cole King. When I asked him the opening question, hey, where did your journey start? He literally talked for an hour straight. I love you. So at 58 minutes into it, he's still talking. I was like, this is going to be a long episode right here. It ended up being almost 4 hours. But the thing about it is that it goes by so quick. Like we're 2 minutes away from an hour now, and it feels like we just started. Right?
Yeah, we just got started.
So it goes by too quick. But I love doing it. It's
it's fun.
It's fun.
And the people listening to yours, the father-daughter journey and racing and all that, there's people out there listening to it that want to get into racing. And they're listening to you two on how you do it and where you're at and all that stuff. And it's just I always call it a door, right? You show everybody the door. Let me start off like this. Everybody gets into racing. It's different paths everybody chooses, but they end up at the same point, whether it's flat track, dirt bike, road racing. Okay. By getting everybody on like you and Annie and all these other people I get on, it provides all these doors for everybody that wanted to get into racing, different options on how they can do it. That's the better way to put it.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what you two are doing. You just don't even realize it.
Well, I mean, we do realize it because at this point, her friend Aiden, came with us last weekend, and we loaned him the Benelli that he crashed.
the bike was fine.
He was, the
He
bike
also
was
came in third.
in his
Second race.
Second race, he podiumed. So
Yeah, and he beat my times on the Benelli
by like 4 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah, he was killing it.
No, he was awesome. I'm so proud.
No, I was super proud of him. It was just funny.
Love it.
But no, we brought him in, and then I was selling parts on Facebook, and this dude reached out to me and was like asking me about the Benelli, and I discovered he was local, so I invited him over to the house. He's been to the last 2 races with us. Hey, Eric.
Like your roommate races every once in a while.
Yeah, she'll be at Tally with us.
Yep.
So we just keep sucking them all in, man. It's the caravan of insanity, I think. So
well, and it's also like it is nice to feel like an inspiration to somebody,
yeah, 100%.
like especially as a young woman.
Mhm.
Like
I don't have that experience.
I know, but like
Neither do I, but yeah.
It's all good.
but like if I had seen myself as a young girl, like that would be I know that I think that I would be the coolest thing in the whole wide world, and that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah. Well, you are the coolest thing in the whole wide world.
I know, but like little girls are hard to impress.
Yeah, I know they are, man. So I tried for years. It didn't work out.
Yeah. I've been married to one for 17 years. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's listen, we're an hour into this. We're definitely going to sit back down, us three, and do a part 2. So I need you just to stay on with me when I end this podcast.
Absolutely.
Before I leave you two with the microphone to end the podcast, I want to give a couple of my shout outs.
Sure.
First things first is, if you're not on K-Tech suspension, what are you riding on, right? K-Tech is absolutely the best thing out there. Dakari, Kendall, they're absolutely amazing people, amazing products. Also, if you're in Florida, Georgia, anywhere on the East Coast, you need to be riding SFO Mini GP. South Florida and in Jersey, it is the best program we have here in America. If you look at the Moto America grid, probably the past 10 years, maybe a little bit longer, where do you think all the futures and legends are coming from? Those 2 places right there. So it's an amazing program. All you got to do is register and show up. They provide the boots, the helmets, the gloves, the bikes. You can even rent bikes before you even purchase one. So it's an absolutely amazing program. It's a no bullshit, right?
That's
Register
awesome,
and show up. That's it. That's all you got to do. I got 2 friends that make the best boots in the world. First one is my man Tate from 64 Degree Racing. He actually sent me 2 custom undersuits to me, which I love.
Ooh,
Look at that.
Yeah, look at
those are
these.
sick.
That's sexy.
Yeah. So Tate is the man. You guys can order yours from 64degreeracing.com. The second friend of mine is Mama Aliki from Venom Sport. You guys can go to venomsport.com and order undersuits too. You're not going to go wrong by ordering from either one. Okay. I also got 3 friends that make graphic kits, wraps, whether you want your helmet wraps, your bike wraps, your dog wraps, your wife wraps, whatever the case may be.
Seamus would be so unhappy.
Right. They can wrap it all, right? First one is Dripping Wet from Chris Crizel. Second one is my man Reese Brody from REB Graphics. And the third one is Gus Rodeo, GRG Designs. Again, you're not going to go wrong from ordering from any one of them. Next one is Racer 41 program in California. If you race CVMA or CRA, these are the people you need to get in contact with right here. If you're out there in the UK, everybody can go to clothingkings.co.uk and order all your Penta gas mods. I keep hearing myself through the speaker in the background. It's hilarious. Vet 2 Track. My buddy Jim Whitman has an amazing program called Vet 2 Track. So all the veterans out there, listen, he gets you with like-minded people. It's the brotherhood. They take you to the track. You get to be a part of a team, and you get out of that negative mental mind state because you're with like-minded people in the brotherhood, right? So it's an amazing program. Don't forget it is called vet2track.org. It's not .com. Second one is TBEX USA Experience. Listen, Mike has one of the best programs I've ever seen, right? So if you yourself, are missing an arm, a leg, paralyzed from the waist down, and you know somebody that's unfortunate like that, well, guess what? You're still fortunate. You can still ride. You can still get out there and race. It's absolutely possible. So what I need you to do is go to tbexusaexperience.org, sign up, talk to Mike. He'll put you on the program and get you out there. It's absolutely amazing. I got a lot of friends that race out there in that program. He also supports with CW Moto this year with Isaiah Davis, who's going to be on the Superbike with the team. I can't wait. So let's go. One last thing that I am going to say before I give Annie and John the microphone. If you guys need anything in the sport, keep it in the industry. Don't buy that shit off of Walmart. Don't order it off of Target, any of that shit. Listen, the people that's in this sport and this beautiful circus we have, that's how they make a living, right? Who cares if you save 15%? Keep it in the industry, people. It's a big deal. The more we lose, guess what? The smaller our circle gets.
Yep.
The smaller our circle gets, the smaller the racing group gets.
100%.
We need to keep building it. Keep it in the industry. I know everybody. I can get you anything you want. I'm sure these two do too as well. So anything you need, hit me up. And also with that, it's 2026. What are you doing still buying off-the-rack suits when you can own a full custom suit? I work for Cloonan USA, AGV Sports Group. We are AAA certified. Most amazing suits you're ever going to put on. They sponsored Matt Mladen, all the legends back in the day. Nikki Hayden, the list goes on. Josh Herron. So if anybody's in it, needs a custom suit, hit me up. It's 2026. Love yourself, right? Take that off the rack suit, make it into a backpack, a purse, give it to your wife, give it to your son, right? I'm just giving you the options. I'm just telling you, because when you buy an off the rack suit, you're going to spend $2,000 on. It's not going to fit you 100% correctly. When you have a suit that don't fit you correctly, it means it might be tight in the arms. And guess what's going to happen? Arm pump like a. I wasn't going to say the word, but you know what I'm going to say, right?
We know all about that.
Right.
Yep.
It might be too big right here. So when you're going down the front straightaway, it's choking your ass to death, right? So listen, if you want to really be fast and be safe, do yourself a favor, get you a proper fitting helmet, get you a proper custom suit. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave the floor to you two.
Wow. Okay.
What a way to.
I don't know if we can follow. I don't know if we can follow that. You know.
Okay. So firstly, for us, check us out. All of our socials. We're ADB Racing at pretty much everything: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. Check out the podcast on Spotify. Check out our website. If I missed any of those places, you can find it there. We also have merch. Wonderful. We do a season T-shirt every year,
which I usually wear, and I didn't. It's not clean right now, so because I've been wearing it too much.
So we design a T-shirt every year for the season. It's really cool this year. It's the Race Lineage T-shirt.
I love it.
Buy a sweatshirt, hat, skirt, blanket, whatever you want.
Skirts. Buy one of the skater skirts. They're so freaking cool.
They're so stupid. Sorry.
I think they're cool as hell. So.
And that's your opinion.
Yes. But anyway.
Shout out our sponsors, the big ones being Wildflower Social.
Yep, Wildflower Social runs all of our social channels. We're actually on there as well. She just makes sure that we're posting regularly and properly.
And she's awesome. Like, our socials have already gotten a lot better because of it. They're much cleaner and nicer.
Yep. Shannon Stollier-Colby, the law offices of Shannon Stollier-Colby. If you need your, every racer should have an estate plan just in case something really bad happens, and Shannon can do that for you.
Yeah, just make sure that whoever you leave everything to isn't in the same wreck.
Yeah, and if you, and also with her, if you own a small business, she's probably the best damn business attorney in the Southeast. She's also only about like 4 foot tall, but and she's super cool. Love Shannon to death. So. We've got her. We got DR Townsend Construction, who is our transportation sponsor, who hauls us to all the races.
Yeah, and he races now.
And now races too. We sucked another one in. Perimeter Wildlife, who supplied Annie's helmet.
Yes. Yes. Actually, I'm going to shout out Andy specifically because he runs. He's a coach with Precision, and he did my one-on-one day. And then he just happened to live nearby and offered me a helmet, and it was a really nice shark lid. And after my crash, because I destroyed my helmet, my first crash, and he handed me this beautiful lid, and so he's got a sponsorship
forever, pretty much. Yeah. That's the big ones.
Yeah. I do want to shout out. This is a shirt from a sponsor. We got sponsored by a motorcycle fashion brand called Carbon. Who gave us free clothes.
They have these great, great tees and some really sick hoodies, man. Really good stuff. The owner's also a rider. She's not racing yet, but she'll probably be coming out to at least watch.
Catch her on a mini this season.
You'll catch her on a mini this season because we're gonna hand her one and say, go run this bike. Yep. Hey Caden.
Yep.
So, but yeah, so that's our crew.
Yep. So come to a race.
Please.
If you're watching this,
yes,
come to a race. I think that is so. You and I, we do sponsor talks at like local business groups to like get more sponsors and get more local like people interested in the sport. And like the biggest thing that we tout, I don't care if you sponsor us, I don't care anything. I know like a lot of this audience is already going to be there, but like always come to a race. Like if you're 50-50 on going, just go. It is never a bad experience.
Nope.
Come to a race. Come see us. If you shout us out on, if you say, hey, we saw you guys on Pin the Gas, we'll talk to you. Like we'll pretend that we know you if you want to be cool. Like
hell, I actually talked to a guy that I actually knew for more than an hour without realizing I was talking to him.
Yeah.
So
come visit us in the pits. Come hang out. Right. We'd love to meet you. We want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
Or at least, the extroverted child loves to meet you and wants to hang out with you. My dad will talk to you for, 10 minutes.
I'll talk to you for 10 minutes and go hide.
Yeah, but I make great conversation, don't worry.
Yeah, and she's much cuter than I am anyway. So.
I love it. Yeah, and we actually had the honor to meet at Mid-Ohio last year.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. I was just going to say, I think that's the last time we've come across each other is at Mid-Ohio.
Yep. But we'll see each other at Atlanta next month.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
For the Moto America round.
I want to be there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, we both want to be there.
Right.
But, we'll see how if we can afford to go race and to go spectate at the same time.
Well, hopefully you two will make it because I'll be there and I'd love to spend some more time.
Hell yeah, we'd love to see you, man.
Yeah, always.
100%. Well, listen, this has been a proper mega time. I appreciate you two coming on here. One last thing. Listen, I just published my 500th episode, which blows my mind.
Damn.
Right? Yeah, that's awesome.
Right? I've only been doing this by myself for like 2.5 years. Going on
amazing.
3. So I say this all the time. If it wasn't for John and Annie, if it wasn't for everybody listening, for all the likes and subscribes, for everybody that sat down with me, it's all because of you. Is the reason why I'm here in this seat. And it's nothing but love to each and every single one of you. I say it all the time, and I truly mean it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing
Chris, thank you for doing it.
Yeah.
You're a fixture in this community, and we love being on the podcast and hanging out with you and bench racing. So it's a blast. So
I love it, man. Well, thank you, man. It's an absolute honor. You guys stay tuned because I got a big podcast tomorrow. John, you remember Steve Parrish?
Yeah.
From the UK?
Yeah.
That's who I got on tomorrow.
Hell yeah,
yes.
man. I'll be watching that one.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm stoked. It's at 1 p.m. So it'll be Saturday. You guys not doing anything, and girls,
perfect.
Hey, tune in, listen to the legend Steve Parrish. I can't wait.
Absolutely.
I got so much to talk about. Yes.
Amazing.
But anyway, listen, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go tend to my sickling kid out there and make some dinner for my beautiful wife because it is our anniversary. So happy anniversary to my queen. I love you so much because if it wasn't for all her support, I wouldn't be able to do as many as I do. So she's the big support for me. She pushes me more than I realized, right? So, yeah,
Amen.
Nothing but love to her. But anyway, if I don't get off here, I'm gonna keep talking. I'm like Annie. I could just go all day. So,
and we'll do it with you. So
I know you will. I know you two. Just down with me for a second, and everybody that listen. Thank you for everybody tuning in that commented and all that good stuff. I will see everybody at Atlanta, and I will see everybody tomorrow, and I'll see you two here in a second.
Perfect.
All right.
See you
Peace
guys.
out.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your ears. Whether you're a diehard fan or a curious newcomer, you'll gain insights that will transform how you watch and understand motorcycle racing. On your favorite podcast app, join Simcoe as he takes you on a high-speed journey through the world of motorcycle racing. Pin the Gas Podcast.